I loved the use of black and white. It really elevated the level of drama and created that very classic type feeling. But it also highlighted something in terms of the thematic spin of nostalgia and the dive into the past, reflecting on a previous time in which the ending was revealed to be the aim of connecting to the past. So I thought that was perfect. I loved the image of these past memories just flooding the night sky, dancing among the stars. It was very powerful.
Starts off black and white, and you see this woman, and the whites are very stark, the blacks are very stark, and she's immersed in joy, and she's expressing herself through her art. And you have this woman officer who seems pretty unaware of this woman in white dancing near her. She's more contemplative. So you already see this very big difference between these two, and you wonder, are they connected in some kind of way? And then you have the guitarist, um, who's playing music. The woman in white, she feels angelic, which ends up being foreshadowing because something tragic happens to her. This piece serves as a dedication to those affected by terrorism. And I do feel it gets the point across and specific to honing in on the love of the arts for the people that were affected during this particular um, form of terrorism that occurred. It occurred at a cultural space, in a theater, at a space where people would be enjoying art, would be immersing themselves in the joy of expressing themselves through art, and for them to be in a place like this, it should be what we would consider a sanctuary. For them to have been terrorized in such a way is truly a tragedy. And so I do think that this piece, in a very symbolic way, does a good job of shedding light to that.
Story of grief, a story that makes us care. You know, we kind of get to see this intimate connection between these two characters. So when we follow one of them home and are met at the door with these devastating news of unfortunate, heinous event, we're met with this sense of devastation and loss, and sometimes that loss is unbearable. This director really hones in on their, whole purpose of this film, which ultimately becomes dedicated to the victims of terrorism. It's a spotlight on terrorism and these acts that happen and how we might not necessarily be able to cope with these things, and being able to have this form of art and expression when it comes to a modality of healing, I think is really important for us to have.
Black and white combined with the light score lets you know right away that this is a memory of someone. And it's a very effective way to pay tribute to victims of terrorism in these two different accounts and link them between two different areas. It really does give that remembrance vibe, and it's a way that actually pulls at the heartstrings in a way by seeing these people and the everyday lives they were living, or it seemed they were relaxed and happy, and something tragic just happened that ended them. This is phenomenal, really. And the fact that the only color is at the end with the fireworks really is something that'll stick in the head. It was a mark of brilliant cinematography.
I like the monochrome film and that effect on the window of a woman dancing. That is very subtle and also very revealing of what's going on. It is a sensible approach of this highly impactful societal issue of terrorism, where people feel entitled to killing innocents in the name of whatever ideology. It is a great job of portraying how these acts influence so many others than just the actual casualties, and for many generations too. It was very sensitive. I could feel the performances going through this, and a very social interaction of just having a good time in a bar becomes a tragedy.
Salute is an emotional one. As you can see within that 4 minutes, it could contain a very impactful message through the performance, through the storytelling method, and through other elements that included in the short. It might be just a very short movie, but It wants to tell the story of a victim in the terrorist events that we should hear and we should concern about that. And of course, the short contains a good build of drama, a good build of tension, and it helps makes us to relate, to connect with the events more than just a general short film.
The moving soundtrack of guitar suits this heartbreaking story. Very talented guitarist. I thought the black and white with small touches of color in the fireworks worked well. There were lots of effective fades and close-ups. I really appreciated the smoking air with the streams of light and shadow. Sobering dedication at the end. Well done, memorable piece.